Ah, well, hello everyone, and welcome to Hogarth's Global Astrology. Know your planets, know yourself, or know your nation, know yourself. Let me just turn on the comments window there. Something weird has happened. 1 minute to simplify our structure and support. Let me just close that down. There we
Stream
are.
this to your audience, it says.
Aha. Hello, 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 hello. Well, we are back. And of course, this is HoGaLeSu. Yeah, we are.
I love that.
Oh, actually, I'm going to have to take the comments down in a second because I realized it's just come right up next to your face, Susan. So I'll have to take those. I'll have to take those off there. Right. It's so, of course, it's so nice. Here we are. Today is the 30th of January.
Well, not here, it's not. I'm on New Year's Eve.
Exactly. Lena, it's New Year's Eve. And for me, because it's just flipped over, because of course the show starts at midnight, it is now New Year's Eve for me as well. So it's the last show of 2025, people. And my goodness, what a year it has been. So, of course, it's wonderful to have Lady G next. I want to point this way. I'll point both ways just to be on the safe side. Looking gorgeous in a sort of, is a silk.
Oh, she looks stunning always.
Dress. It's a big knit dress.
Oh, it's lovely. It's lovely. And of course, down here diagonally, we have Susan-Lynn, returning guest. So very, very nice to see you, Susan. I see you got the kind of the crosses going there, a bit of almost
very Scottish.
It's very Scottish looking, wrapping up my holiday.
Indeed, indeed. And of course, down under below here, we have Lena, who's been gone for a total of 2 months.
Yeah, and I really, really miss this show. And I want to give a shout out to Wordsmither, who's from Taree in Australia. Bless. Drive safe. The roads around Taree are a bit hairy.
Oh, are they? Are they? And just to do a click on here, someone says, Amanda says, "Oh, my Lanta, Lena is back, and Susan-Lynn to boot. Love to see Lady G and Hoagie too."
Oh, my Lanta, that's hilarious.
Oh, indeed, indeed. And in a way, it's actually very fitting, isn't it, that literally the final show of the year as we move into December 31st, and we are upon the cusp of 2026. So before we get into the show, and we've got a few of your questions in the usual format, guys, 1 card pulls combined with a full card pull, which I think you guys will find very interesting. Combination of international, obviously Duck Larange featuring a lot. But ladies, I just wanted to kind of go around the table, so to speak, and just one after the other, starting with Lady G. Just in terms of your thoughts and feelings on 25 and how it's gone and your reflections on 2025. Lady G?
Oh, my Lord.
Yeah, it's a big question.
Everybody is just, upended and trying to figure out their way through and things. And it's just showing us the dark underbelly of things that have been there that need to be routed out. So we all need to get our hose and
Yes.
redo the garden, plant new seeds for 2026.
Good advice.
Indeed, yeah, good advice. Susan-Lynn, how do you feel about 2025?
Well, if I'm being honest, I would say it can kiss my ass. I would say about it. That's all I have to say. I'm ready for 2026. I don't have too many good things to say about 2025, frankly.
Yeah. Understandable. And Lena, how do you feel about 2025?
Well, I think in the big picture, it was the beginning of the end. You know what I mean? Like, it was so outrageous that it has to lead to an end game and a new configuration everywhere. So I think it helps to look at it like that instead of how tricky it was, So, yeah.
Yeah.
But won't be sorry to say goodbye to it.
Indeed. For me, 2025 has been quite mixed. On a personal level, It's actually been a very good year for me, and I think with the year of the snake, which is still continuing, by the way, we're going to the year of the horse around about the 17th of February 2026, because of course the Chinese New Year is lunar. So we're still in the last vestiges of the year of the snake. But one of the things that this year is associated with is shedding an old skin.
Yes.
And don't you feel like all of us, in many ways, like there's been these sheddings of skins, and this also as well with this Saturn and Neptune together, these destroying of like these illusions and delusions. And I feel like in many ways, kind of like the whole MAGA thing is sort of shedding a skin, a very stinky, potholed, cantankerous, diseased one, but nonetheless, you know, this sloughing off. So for me, on a personal level, I've enjoyed 2025, but on the political, I think it's just been Rocky Horror Show. I think it's been mad.
That's true.
Indeed.
Yes.
Right. So, ladies, are we ready for our first question?
Yes.
All right, let's just dive in, because as usual, there's a lot of content to get through. So we're starting off international. We're going in our esoteric airplane, and we're going to China versus Taiwan territory, one card pull. And this is coming from Denise Ferguson. Thanks so much for your question. She says, China launched its most extensive military drills yet, with 10 hours of live fire around Taiwan. Oh, God. Will China make a move to take Taiwan in 2026? And how will it affect the US, Japan, and China?
And Australia. Thank you. We're in the Pacific. That's where they do the exercises. This is my backyard.
It's a very good point. Actually, it's easy to forget that, isn't it, Lena? Because you're part of what's it called? Is it Australasia or Oceania? Is that part of Oceania?
Both those things, you know, they're all colonial terms that don't quite fit anymore, you know.
Yeah.
But we're under that sphere.
Yeah, that is your neck of the woods, isn't it? So one card pull. What is China's intentions with Taiwan? Will they take Taiwan in 2026, which of course is the year of the fire horse? Horses are associated with conflict. We do need to remember that as well, and war and stuff. Let's have a look. And we'll be starting with Lady
Nancy in Maryland. It's her 72nd birthday today. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Nancy. Happy birthday, China. All right, so we're going to do in clockwise fashion as usual, with each subsequent reader going first. After 3. 1, 2, 3. So Lady G, what do you have?
Well, there's going to be a lot of juggling of this.
Yeah.
Things up in the air, so they may still be, you know, but as far as actually moving on it, I don't think so. There's just a lot of, you know, posturing.
Yes.
Right. They still need to. It's maybe not as defined as we. Which is probably quite a good thing. Susan-Lynn, how do you interpret your card?
We got the 8 of Pentacles, and you know, they're busy at work. I really have always gotten that this is an intimidation, much like Lady G has gotten. I don't see physical, like military and habitation, but I see real pressure and bullying and that kind of energy towards them. And also like giving them, look what we can offer you. You would be a fool not to accept this, right? Like, of course you want this, right? So there's going to be this kind of like carrot and stick situation, but I expect that the pressure is going to be greater in general.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I think that's right.
Lena, how are you interpreting your card?
Well, exactly. It's a tightrope, isn't it? And literally juggling on the tightrope. So although the Communist Party of China would probably like to do it more directly, China is also reinventing itself as a major power broker now in the grown-up Western world thing. So I think this is, I feel for the people of Taiwan, because this is real pressure at all points. But I think China realizes it might drop the ball by doing that and lose credibility and respect. So it's juggling this. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And I think my card echoes that. And isn't it interesting, folks? We've done our one card pull, but have you noticed it's not these bombastic cards, no chariot, no tower, very much of all of this, weighing
not
it up.
Seven of Swords, no.
Yeah, and I've got the Lovers card, which you guys now, of course, the Lovers card is associated with important and consequential choices, but as you know, I also have the association with this card with imports, exports, trade agreements. So I think what this is echoing is that, like, kind of like Lena is suggesting, China doesn't want to just go in there gangbusters. China has long strategies, 10, 15, 20, 45-year plans. And in a way, if you're China, you remember there's that saying, never interrupt your enemy when he's making a mistake. Have you heard of that one?
Yes, yes.
The Chinese know this very well. They see a lot of mistakes happening with a certain USA right now. So how much more do they actually have to do? I think they're going to be focusing on the trade. I think they're going to be, one of their arguments for Taiwan may just be a quiet whisper in the air and be like, you're probably better off with us, you know, just so you know, your old friend China. Yeah, I think it's more like that. There may even be an element of seduction or wanting to lure Taiwan back to the marriage. Yeah, so
interesting.
I don't think we'll have to see, but I think with all our cards, China are playing it quite smooth on this one. I mean, we could be totally wrong and we just see a big mushroom cloud and we go, oh my God, but I'm not sure, not with all of those cards. Anything to add to that, ladies?
No, let's.
All right. Okay, so that's the first one there. Let's China versus Taiwan. Let's just bring in the audience a little bit here. So, thank you so much, Scully, for becoming a new member. Much appreciated. What's this here? Oh, another member. What I want to know is how much longer we're going to have to deal with the quagmire of this bucket of poop. Yes, that's a good question. Someone here is also saying, thank you for all, this is Grateful Nana. Thank you for all of your energy tonight. I got my healthcare tripled next year. I'm feeling sad. Imagine that. And that's part of the horrible consequences, isn't it, of this madness that we're in. And then Book Mama says she circumnavigated the globe. That's referring to you, Lena, I think. And then people saying, Lena, it was so cool that you shared our trip with us. Loved it. And then Taurus says, Susan-Lynn sweater! Exclamation.
It's amazing when you get a shower, a bath, and you put on some clothes, what can happen?
Okay, so let's move on then to question 2. Let's just see here. It's international again, but the T word is coming up. Duck L'Orange is involved in this one. This is coming from Nick Minks, and she says, this will be a 1-card pull as well. With dictator Dumpy Donny fixated on more invasions / takeovers, what cards come out for Venezuela and Nigeria? So really that's 2 questions, but maybe let's focus on the Venezuela, which I think is probably the more serious one. 1-card pull, what do we see? What do the cards show for that, maybe in 2026? Venezuela versus America 2026, let's say.
Okay.
And this time it will be Susan-Lynn going first.
Venezuela.
Trump regime versus Venezuela. All right, are we all ready? All right, so I'm going to go after 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, Susan-Lynn, how do you interpret your card?
I got the King of Swords, and I really don't know if this is, I feel like this is Venezuela. I don't feel like this is Trump. So I feel like, I think what I'm getting from this is Venezuela is going to hold on to their sovereignty. They're going to stand up. They're going to say, I don't see a war. I don't think they're going to fight. Didn't get a fighting card, but I got kind of this, almost this father's no, like, we're just going to be more mature. We're going to be more mature. We're not going to fall for your things you're going to try to get us to do. We're just going to be sort of the authority here. That's what I get. I don't know, you guys.
Interessante. Lena, how do you interpret your card?
Well, following on from that, in a way, I think the problem with threatening a country, any country, but in this case, Venezuela, it makes their leader stronger, not weaker. And so there's this enmeshed thing of people in Venezuela thinking, oh, God, now we have to support Maduro in this. And if he calls up people to the army, you know, they'll have to go, et cetera, et cetera. And apparently he is doing that, like 300,000 troops or something. I don't think it's going to come to a mano a mano war, but they have to do their posturing to resist this takeover. And Trump just was saying the other day, and Venezuela's taken our oil. I'm saying, think about that sentence for a minute. What is that about? You know, no one corrects him. No one challenges him. What?
Exactly.
It's ridiculous. America is actually, the US, this Trump regime has resorted to open piracy, and Venezuela is calling it out for what it is.
Yes.
Sorry, was that your reading, Lena? I just wanted to make sure you were done.
Yeah.
All right, look, I got the High Priestess, which we know is the card of machinations, intrigues, secret things going on behind the scenes. And you've guys heard me say it before, and I said, if America or the regime invades Venezuela, it is not going to work out how they have planned. No. There is a lot of stuff going on. And one of the things, and this is the problem when you have a president who's got frontal lobe dementia and is also happens to be a malignant narcissist. Yes. It means he believes his fantasies and he cannot learn from his lessons.
Yes.
The thing he should have learned from quite recently was that by declaring Canada the 51st state, he shoehorned in the opposition into defeating the right-wing stooges he had put in. Because they say when you try to kill something, it fights for its life. That's a good saying I heard years ago. It's going to have the opposite effect. It's going to... Even though there's lots of people that want Maduro to fall, no one in their right mind wants their own country to be bombed and invaded. Sometimes the best thing is just to leave it to wither and drop. But anyway, that would never happen. Lady G?
Well, I've got the Queen of Wands. So they're going to have to start standing up and taking action in it and standing up to him.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah, can well believe. Just want to do a few more shout outs here. We have here, Bear's mum says, so long 2025, don't let the door hit you on the way out.
Yeah, that's right.
We have another person here sharing about Talony, saying, yeah, my healthcare in 2026 is now going to be $65 more per month, and some people have had dreadful increases even beyond that. Mark says good riddance 2025. Here Light Purveyor says woohoo, love seeing you for today. And we have some love here for Lady G as well. Sharon says, Lady G, you look stunning.
Always.
So, Yeah.
Always.
All right.
Oh, you're too kind.
So are we ready for the next question?
Yeah.
All right, let's dive in. So now so that's question number 2 dealt with. Question number 3, another international one, but with Duck L'Orange again. My God, because he's getting his fingers in all the pies here.
Yeah.
Denise Ferguson says, I mean, what a shock for MAGA, eh? Yeah, it was all supposed to be America first. Remember, America first.
Peace, peace, President.
Yeah, I've stopped 8 wars.
Before lunch. Before lunch.
I mean, I shouldn't laugh, but I mean, this is just ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. Remember, he said the Ukraine-Russia war would be ended before he even took inauguration. Oh my goodness. Anyway, nearly a year down. Anyway, sorry, distracted. So back to question 3. Denise Ferguson says, Doug L'Orange stated in a press conference he would knock the hell out of Iran. Oh, God. If they continue with their nuclear program. Netanyahu stood beside him, smiling like a giddy schoolgirl, knowing the US has just given Israel billions more for fighter jets. Will there be another strike on Iran by either Israel or the US? So quite a straightforward question there, isn't it? One card pull again. And this time starting with you, Lena.
Okay. Just wanted to say to viewers in the comments, your questions need to go to the community page on Hogarth's channel for the next week.
Thank you. Yeah, because ladies and folks, people watching, when it's live and the screen is going like that, yeah, good luck. It's almost impossible for us to read it. And of course, I plan the show in the hour before I do the show as well, hour to half hour before. So yeah, best to put in the community chat. All right, one card. Trump versus Iran. Will there be another strike on Iran by either Israel or the US? And if any of us get the High Priestess card, then you know what that refers to. Right, let's see. There. After 3, Lena going first. 1, 2, 3. Oh.
Okay, there's a fire in the background there. This is the 2 of Wands or the 2 of Swords. I think there will be 1 or possibly 2 strikes on Iran, but it's sort of, again, it's this toxic masculinity on steroids with Netanyahu and Trump. So I don't think it's going to bring Iran down or bring regime change or anything like that. But I can see a couple more strikes for sure. Muscle flexing.
Well, with my card here, but my eye is also drifting to Susan-Lynn's card. And look, the princess has shown up. Well, we all know what that card represents, but I'm not going to read her card. I'm going to let Lynn interpret her card for herself. Here I've got the Knight of Swords, not the Knight of Swords, the Page of Swords. And pages are all about communications, aren't they? They're all about messaging. So this can talk about sharp talk, saber rattling. I think there's going to be some saber rattling if there is a strike against Iran. But you see, it's not a big, powerful card. It's almost like a slashing around the side. It's like,
and this is a 2.
You know, drop a little hand grenade here and there, or blow up 1 or 2 people with some special drones, something. But I'm not getting full on strike, but a little cutting, a little slashing, some spiteful language perhaps, and poking. That's what I get. Lady G?
Well, I have the 9 of Earth, the Zenith. And definitely, if there's money to be made off of this, definitely they're going to find some sort of an angle to go ahead and maybe, you know, it would ingratiate Netanyahu to Trump some more as well.
Yeah, there's always money nearby, isn't it? Susan-Lynn, how do you interpret your card?
Well, I want to hear how you interpret it too, but for me, this is I can't even think of the word, but it's they are working together. Let's put it that way. There's some hidden things that are happening here. And it's interesting that you mentioned that, Netanyahu was standing right there next to Trump. This is a joint effort undercover to obfuscate what is happening, but it really does benefit Israel in a way. And if Israel does it, I think it benefits the United States. I think they're in cahoots. That's what I think. But what do you see when you get the high priestess?
Oh, well, I had a feeling it would show up, didn't I? And I said, guys, if the high priestess shows up, then we know who that is. That has now, in political readings, become my main card for Netanyahu. Yeah, Netanyahu and Israel broadly, but Netanyahu specifically. And it shows that they're in cahoots, machinations.
Yes.
A lot has already been decided behind the scenes, guys. So, yeah. It's Netanyahu for me. He's in there. Yeah. Gosh. All right. So let's just, someone's got an interesting thing here. Telani Young says, just taught a couple of neighbors how easily they can grow their own sprouts and lettuce in their high-rise apartment windows to make up for higher food and healthcare costs. Oh, okay, so that's a good one. Someone's saying here the fire horse. Yes, it's Chinese years of the fire horse. We have a 9-year, which of course is coming to an end. 2025, when you add up all the numbers, is a 9. 2026 is a 10, but technically a 1. But remember as well, 10s in tarot very much do also deal with endings as well. So I think that theme is going to continue, actually. Yeah. And then someone says here, fire horse, Hogarth. Yes, fire horse, fire. And let's see here. Someone says here, Barb Will said, the wood snake is my birth year as well, coming full circle. Indeed, make the most of it. Yeah, for people born in when your year comes back, it's a chance for rebirth. Okay, so are we ready for the next question, ladies?
Yes.
All right. So this is this time Zelensky versus Trump. You see how Trump's coming up so much because of all of his shit stirring around the world. But anyway, let me not get carried away. Nick Minks asks, Zelensky again had to take a beating from Trump and his band of buffoons who seem intent on pandering to Putin's demands, Putinshka, as we all know. Did he only attend to save face and do the cards show how he really sees this playing out? So there's that. And then there were 2 replies. Denise replies said, I was going to reference the same question. When will Europe and Zelensky accept the fact that the US is supporting Russia while Duck L'Orange is in charge? Attending meetings like this alone only feeds Duck's insatiable ego. It wasn't a good look for Zelensky, she said. And then Nick Minks replies that Zelensky doesn't have much choice, but understand he's been to Canada and had much warmer reception. Europe knows where Dumpy stands. This is his vengeance tour. So they are working on other plans. So I think that just gives an interesting dialogue there. Yeah. One card pull again. How does Zelensky see this playing out, particularly in 2026? And it's going to be me starting this time. One card pull.
And he wasn't met at the airport. There was no one there to meet him. Remember the red carpet for Putinshka? Nobody was there. Then when he made his own way to the White House, wait, it gets worse. The only person to greet him there was the Ukrainian ambassador. No Americans. And then he was ushered into the meeting, which was in the dining room. Like insult, wipe the floor.
Of course. And probably all at the behest and instruction of a certain Putinshka, yeah? Because what I understand is Trump called him before the peace talks, whatever, then the negotiations, then called him afterwards. Oh, ridiculous. All right. Okay, Zelensky. How is Zelensky seeing things going for 2026? And I'm going first. All right, after 3. 1, 2, 3. Ooh. Oh, wow. Well, this is very interesting, because on the diagonals here, we've got some interesting stuff going on. Now, obviously, I'll leave it to the ladies to interpret their cards. I'll just jump in straight to mine. I get the Chariot. This is a card of moving forward at pace, at great pace. I think, quite rightly, Zelensky is running out of patience. And I think there is a part of him that is like, you know what, maybe I just have to just really go for it, put my foot on the accelerator, come what may, because he's dealing with such douchebaggery from the White House. And what this says to me is that he's actually got quite a lot of plans that he can accelerate. This is a card of acceleration. And when I think of all of those strikes that Ukraine has been successfully able to make into Russia, which has affected what? The petrol. Yeah. Yes. Russia is now having to import petrol for the first time since, I don't know, the Soviet era or something like that.
Yeah. And it's winter and people can't get enough gas.
Exactly. And that is also literally affecting, they say the Russians are having to drive further and further and further on less fuel, because this can talk about cars. So I think there's a part of him which is like, you know what? I think I just have to really go for it. Gangbusters, come what may. Lady G?
Well, I have the 8 of Pentacles. So he is working on it around the clock through all the moons and continuing to go forward.
I thought it was the Wheel of Fortune, but it's the 8 of Pentacles. So he's working. Susan, how do you interpret your card, Susan-Lynn?
I got the Hanged Man. So I think that, you know, a different perspective, also being somewhat, you know, just a different perspective. Like, I've got to figure something else out. My question is, why did he do it? Like, did he come here because somebody in Europe said, just do it and we'll take you seriously, and then one more time, like give it one more time, and then we'll open the coffers and we'll go it alone? I feel like Zelensky feels like he's the only one that's seeing this from this perspective. United States is doing one thing, Russia's doing another thing. Europe is like, we can't afford this, we can't do this. Zelensky's the one hanging from the tree. He's like, come on, everybody, help me out here, right? So that's kind of what I think. But I think that makes him in the perfect position to do what you guys are saying, right? Like, that's it. Like, I'm gonna do this, right? Like, he's really is getting impatient. Seriously.
Yeah, can't blame him. And Lena, how do you interpret your card, the Wheel of Fortune?
Well, here we are with the Wheel of Fortune. We've got to take a moment to think of the history of Russia and Ukraine, given that Russia started in Ukraine, but we haven't got time to cover all that. And it's like he's looking at all of it. He understands the mentality of Putin and also the Russian people, and he knows he's at the center point of history rather reluctantly. And I agree with what Suzanne was just saying. It was one more throw of the dice to demonstrate clearly to the world that you cannot reason with these people, either of them, you know, Putin or Trump. And so now the wheel must turn. We cannot have our hands tied anymore about not hitting certain targets in Russia and so on. Hopefully the money will be released from the oligarchs that the UK is sitting on and the EU is sitting on. So 2026, my point, it will change this dynamic. You know, it won't be pretty, but it will change, you know.
Yeah. Wow. God, that's fascinating. And yeah, like bringing how the cards come together and they make that story, and that Hanged Man, which can on one level can talk about stalemate because things haven't, you know, progressed to either conclusion, but also as well, this change of perspectives that Zelensky's having, and I think he sees a Europe still a bit shell-shocked, a bit traumatized about realizing, having to accept the truth that America is no longer an ally, and like Trump's made it very clear.
It's shocking. I mean, it's shocking. It's shocking to us.
It's
It's shocking to the world. And you're
shocking.
stunned. You're just stunned. You're like, this is not something I can comprehend, right?
Yeah.
And the third element of the hangman too, that I've sort of added to the repertoire, if you like, is the sacrifice, the willing sacrifice. And in a sense, he is saying, we, Ukraine, have sacrificed so much.
100%.
Right. And now the time for the wheel to turn.
Yeah. But also as well, Lena, you adding that's then made me think of like, is Zelensky prepared to sacrifice himself then at some stage?
It could come to that. It could come to that, I think. He's the opposite of Trump. He was an implausible candidate who has stepped up to the hour and the moment in time, and that might be a strategic move. Or he might be prepared to sacrifice some bits of Eastern Ukraine to finish the job or something. I think there will be an element of sacrifice involved.
Yeah. Otherwise it would just continue on forever, wouldn't it? Oh, intriguing. Do you see, guys, how the one card pulls? You have a very complex, multifaceted question, and you think, the cards can never do it, and they never fail. It's just extraordinary. So we will have a full card pull tonight, but I'm leaving that as a surprise, as it's a completely different tone and temperature of question. But we do have one more one card pull coming up, full card pull, then another one card pull after that. But this one is coming from Carolyn Nocha. I think that's what she said here. And then she said, will Jack Smith be able to bring Orange, Trump, to justice, perhaps The Hague? So one card pull, Lady G going first again. Let's just see what comes up, if it's even possible. Duck L'Orange in The Hague at some point. God, if his wretched corpse even lives long enough, we'll have to see.
Yeah.
Trump in The Hague, is that possible? And we have over 2,602 of you joining us live. Thank you so much.
So everyone. Fabulous.
It's amazing. And please be sure, if you've not done so already, to like and subscribe and share and hype and all that jazz. And of course, subscribe to the ladies as well if you've not done so already. All right, Trump, Duck L'Orange in The Hague. Going here. All right, after 3. Lady G going first. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, interesting.
Well, I've got 7 of Earth, the garden. So, yeah, the harvest is due. So we know what the harvest is.
So you think it's possible, yeah?
Oh, yeah, they've got all the evidence in hand, and the harvest is due. And we know that they don't like that harvest. Trump is not going to like that harvest. He's done everything he could to, get out of it. But yeah, no, the harvest is there.
Ooh, interessante. Susan-Lynn, how'd you interpret your card?
I got the 9 of Swords. As you guys know, Tarot is not my first language. But what I think of when I go into this is, I agree with Lady G. I mean, look, if anybody knows, Jack Smith knows. He knows all the things, and he knows he has enough to make it stick. But he feels, I know this is a worry card. This is a nightmare card. But to me, those swords are feeling like I don't want to be blocked. I am blocked. So it could be, too, that the harvest is there, but it's not all the.
Oh, the sound. Sorry, the sound just went.
Your sound went off, yeah.
I can hear you now.
Oh wait, it's still off.
Still mute.
Testing, testing.
No, it's still muted.
Okay, my microphone just
there we are.
off, and then
So you said the harvest is in, and then we
the
lost
harvest
you.
is there, but he knows that he could get all of that, but he can't. So I think honestly, he lies awake at night thinking, I'm going to get this, fill in the blank, expletive, these things, but not for all of these, like all of this stuff that he could get him for. And for Jack Smith, that means victims didn't get justice. So it's not a slam dunk for him. Like, yeah, I might be able to get him to The Hague and I'm going to get him down. But if he lives, as you said, Hoagie, but I think he rues the day that he can't get it all.
Fascinating, fascinating. Lena, how do you interpret your card?
Well, this is a hot air balloon. No. And I agree with what's been said. How frustrated must Jack Smith be for a whole range of obvious reasons, right? But he's a long-term guy too, and justice takes a long time. He knows he's got the combustible evidence, right, to set this off. But my feel on this card, it's a 3. I don't think it's going to be Trump. Sorry, viewers. I don't think he's going to make it that long or whatever.
Yeah.
It's not going to be him. However, it's a 3. And I think this could be 3 others who were complicit in moving boxes, lying, doing all the things, because Trump doesn't lift a finger. He's lazy apart from everything else. So I would put the number at 3 who may be prosecuted in his place.
I love it.
Fascinating, fascinating. And I've got the King of Cups, which I suppose when it comes to justice and stuff like that, that's actually quite a positive card in this context, particularly as us collectively as readers, isn't it? We've come to associate the King of Cups, not just with an emotionally intelligent and compassionate man, but also democracy itself. So my sense is, look, I think they will be rounded up in the end. But Duc L'Orange will either be far away in Saudi Arabia by then, beyond extradition, or Qatar somewhere, you know, sitting under some palm tree, you know, rather shriveled like a prune, looking out, you know, existing as he's tended to by, you know, peacock feathers and probably a few strapping men, now that we know his preferences, other preferences, shall we say. But I think what this is about, I think it's like where Lena's going with this. I think it's democracy catches up with the people that are around him. If we think, look how long the Nuremberg trials took and all of this stuff, all of these, it takes years and years and years. And if there's any mercy, Duc L'Orange will be long gone by then. However, he does have everything. And I think what I find so frustrating about all of this is that this is not conspiracy theory anymore. All is known, yet nothing is being done. And for me, in a way, that's the biggest scandal of all, even bigger than Trump himself. It's the whole machinery, the whole architecture, what he's been allowed to get away with, I think is extraordinary. But there will be some account, but it might take a while, folks. Yes. Anything to add to that, ladies?
No.
All right. So, sorry.
No, I just noticed in the comments here, Tatiana Schlossberg, JFK's granddaughter, Caroline Kennedy's daughter, must have passed away. Can someone please explain that in the comments?
Oh, bless.
Well,
I saw it, but I didn't see I saw her mother post on social media. She said, I have no words and this isn't supposed to happen. And that's all she said. I don't know the reason. I don't know anything else about it. But I saw that a couple of hours, maybe 2 hours ago. I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know. Was she sick? Does anybody know she?
Yes, if you could let us know in the comments.
She had cancer. Okay.
Oh, bless.
Tuberculosis at 35. Oh my God.
Wow. Gosh. And then, of course, Trump's sacrilege of the Kennedy Center couldn't have helped much with that either, could it? Him vulgarity personified, putting his name in front of, as if he deserves to have his name in the same space, but ridiculous. So yeah, sorry, but that's awful, that, isn't it? 35, that is incredibly young. Someone's here, Wordsmith says, thank you for your donation, I must add. The idea that two real estate developers are brokering Russia-Ukraine peace is sickening. Jared Kushner and Steve Whitlock are evil like Trump. Putin is a monster. Yeah, indeed. We know that. And again, it's just being facilitated again and again. What else did I want to... then someone says here, Adrian said, if Smith gets his testimony out to the public, Grump will be done, which is why they insisted that he testifies in private, because they know this. So it's just like,
I'd just like to add to that, though. I think it's more important it goes international, because I don't think there's anything that could be demonstrated that will make his people shift in that way. They have their view that he did all those things that we see as illegal because they are. They don't see it that way. So I don't think it would be the end of him. I think it has to be bigger, and people have to pay the price in 10 years' time for this to make others behave better in a new administration.
Yes.
Do you remember, Lena and ladies, there was a show that we did. I can't remember what our lineup was at the time. Susan, you may have been a guest at the time, but I remember there was a card that we got in the reading, and it was a very international card. And I remember saying, or something like that, it will be the world that will hold Duc Larange and his regime account rather than from the inside out. And I think that's going to be how it's going to be ultimately.
I would love to see the testimony be public. Nothing won't do it. You know? Exactly.
All right, so this is our first full card pull of the evening, and we're going in a completely different direction, folks. Completely different direction. I want to see the ladies' full talents on display with this one. So this is coming from Cheryl Renee. So get ready for some flowery language here. This is going to be very interesting. So Cheryl Renee says, love and light to you, Hoagie, and your powerful paramours of prophecy.
Nice. Love it.
And she asked a really quite profound question. She said, how much of our brains will we be able to access if we move to the 5th dimension?
Ooh, how exciting.
Yeah. So full card pull, ladies, and obviously that is quite a broad ranging question. So it gives us time to kind of gather our thoughts and see what the cards have to say on that. What will happen to our brains if we go into 5th dimension? And who's going first this time? It was, oh God. Is it Susan? That's it, Susan. Susan,
oh my God. Okay. That's not good.
You got more cards to go on. Don't worry, you'll be fine.
No,
you pull the cards, you just read the picture that they all say together. There you are.
Yeah, that's what I'll do. Thanks.
Okay, the 5th dimension. Let's go for it.
Yeah, we've not done that before. Let's see.
Oh.
Brain capacity.
Are you guys pulling 4 cards or how many cards?
I'm doing 5.
5.
I'm doing 5. Whatever you fancy, Susan. And of course, feel free to use tune in, of course, with your gifts as well, to fill in any gaps if you feel the need. 5th dimension. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, wow. Ooh. Oh, very interesting.
Oh, they're fascinating cards.
I've got some juicy ones as well. Susan is deep in thought.
All right, let's do this. If you guys are ready, I'm ready. Whatever.
Ready, yeah.
You're ready. All right. very first card I got was the Hangman, which makes sense because we're going to be seeing things from a new perspective. We are going to be mind blown. So that makes all the sense in the world. Next card that I got was the Seven of Pentacles. So in a sense, I mean, because I always think of things as Americans, and I think of Americans as being so egotistical. Like, we did this. Like, look what we did. Like, we, you know what I mean? Like, we are amazing. We can do all these things. So, you know, it's an American exceptionalism. So I feel like we are sort of we're looking at things from a new perspective and kind of looking at where we've been. Or perhaps we have this new consciousness and we actually made some good decisions, right? Like, maybe we chose peace. Maybe we chose to foster love and that kind of thing with our newfound abilities. The next card I got was the Burden, the 10 of Wands, which is the thing that was kind of holding me up, because the 10 of Wands, you know, here we are, we're seeing things from a new perspective. We've you know, cashed in on our AI or whatever we've done. Now we have a burden. I really feel like this brings a burden. I mean, it brings a burden because you've got this ability to read people's minds. You've got these ability, you know, it's flattened out. Like, all of us can now know what's going on. And I think that brings its own burdens in a sense. The next card that I got was the Nine of Pentacles, back to, you know, our wishes, so our abundance. We, you know, it does seem to be this stop, go. Like we, oh, weird, interesting. Okay, we can do this. Oh, wait, it's a burden. Oh no, you know, it does seem like not a smooth path, I would say. And then the last card I got was the Eight of Wands. So success, hastiness. You know, I think really, if you're thinking about the fifth dimension, again, you have these extra special gifts and abilities. Do you want to use them for good? Do you want to use them for evil? Right. So I really feel like there's some ups and downs here, but I think the final card gives me hope. So I'm going to go with hope. I'm going to go with fast success, communication. This could also be through holograms. I see us being holograms. I see us watching movies in holograms, visiting each other in holograms. So maybe that's what the wands mean. That's what I get. I would love to hear your.
Fascinating. And that was a brilliant reader, Susan. You're very, she's very modest, isn't she, folks? She reads the cards perfectly well. And what I get with the Eight of Wands is that this sense of speeding up. Obviously, fifth dimension would be a lot faster, wouldn't it? Speeding up. Lena, how do you interpret your cards? What smorgasbord do you have for us?
Oh, well, we start in the center with the card du jour, this King of Cups, right? Now, to me, in this bigger context and using more of our brain power, etc., this to me represents the end of toxic masculinity. It might remain in pockets, but for men to tap into their more compassionate and magical ways of being. I think this is about men changing when they have more brain power to use, bless. In other words, not just more of the same. Right. Now, that's twinned with the Strength card that I took from the other deck. Can you see it's sort of a lion and a young woman coming through? I see those as related. We, with more aspects of our brain, because I think we think of the brain in a computer-like mechanical thing, and it's like getting just more gigabytes. No, it's different facets of our brain come into play, and we will recognize that strength, personal strength, human strength, social strength does not lie in one's musculature, right? It's not brute strength anymore. The Strength card is also about taming our animal instincts. So to our higher selves. And I love this anchoring the spread is this Ace of Wands. And again, thinking of wands differently. Wands bring action, but also responsibility. And the new shoots on the Ace of Wands we have to think of everything in a new way. We have to leave behind what is not serving us and a lot of the emotional baggage, because if you can see things from a higher perspective, a broader perspective, all this angst we get into, and God knows we've all just come through Christmas or aversion, depending on what creed you might be, or faith group or lack of faith group. It's all this turgid emotional stuff that families carry, that individuals carry. No, leave that alone and walk in the light, and you won't believe it. Can't believe it. The star
Oh, wonderful.
of where we're heading, the fifth dimension. But I think my biggest takeaway from that, these aren't mechanical brain functions. It's not that we'll be able to compute faster and that's all that more means. No, deeper. We have to go down as well as up and out. Fluidity. I'm doing this with my hands. This is about fluidity and intuition and magic and wonder.
Oh, lovely, lovely. Oh, I love that, love that. All right, well, with my cards, I've got the Temperance card. Surprise, surprise. Yeah.
Yes, the twin of the star, the same feet.
Exactly. So here we've got the alchemy that is happening. This is this brain, this fifth dimension is about blending. It is about alchemy. It doesn't mean we're leaving the earth completely behind, because I know some people are like, that's it, we're off.
Yes.
We're to another planet and we'll be looking through our binoculars going, oh, look at them over there left with war and famine. And no. It's more about a transformation within ourselves. I think what the election has shown, if anything, is how you can have populations of people that rub shoulders with each other but live in different universes. We've seen this already. Yeah. We think of, okay, the MAGA crowd is the most obvious, but they are literally, anyone who's still in, who hasn't peeled off yet, literally is in a different universe, yet you will pass them in the shops. Yeah. So we can experience Earth in different ways. So I think what the fifth dimension is about this internal alchemy. And this is also as well, I love that the angel is here. The divine is coming down. One foot is in the water, one is on the land. Then when we look at the next card, the world card, this is going to happen globally. A global alchemy is taking place, folks. And it also means as well, a great cycle is coming to an end. So this idea of like echoing Lena's cards, because of course you went ahead of me, but in looking at this toxic masculinity, that has been so pervasive. If you look at all this Groiper stuff, you've got that douchebag. There's the guy who's the head of the Groipers. What's his name? Nick Fuentes. I've just got to say this because I just found it so ridiculous. I've got to get off my chest. And he was there talking to his groipers, these sad, exactly, these rather sad characters in their basements, as they're typified as. And he said, if you're a man and you are into women and looking after yourself and sleeping with women and getting married and having a family, he said, that's gay.
Yeah.
I mean, like, what?
Where do you begin and end with?
Right. And then he confesses, and then he says, I've never been with a woman.
Yes.
And it's, I'm just like, this is so interesting. And people are writing in the comments, they said, oh, he's never been with a woman. He didn't say he's never had sex. He says he's never been with a woman. So what that says to me is, echoing Lena's card, this is the alchemy that needs to happen. The ending of a cycle of just ridiculous behavior. It's not sustainable. If we look here, we have the Nine of Wands. It's not going to be easy, folks. It's going to take determination. It isn't just going to happen. Yeah. We have to put the work in. There's going to be challenges. This is us weary and tired on the battlefield of life thinking, when will this douchebaggery ever end? It's, believe it or not, it's not so much about people stopping their douchebaggery. It's about us ascending beyond it, regardless.
Exactly. Good point.
Yeah. Regardless. Yeah. Here, there's going to be slings and arrows to the ascension. People are going to be coming with their attacks. This is the news. This is Duck L'Orange, all the world douchebaggery. But we have to fight, yeah, to maintain our energies, keep our communities together, keep the ascension process going. However, now we get the 9 of Cups, which can be the card of satisfaction and wish fulfillment. But the shadow of this card can also be what? The smug merchant. I think this is the smug billionaires that are doing all of their algorithms and tracking and control thingy bobs in place. So I pulled a clarifier and we get the Fool card. So in a way, the Fool and the World card are very similar. This ends the deck. This starts it. And what I think that means is we have to take a bold leap of faith, regardless of what is going on in the world. We can't wait for other people to behave. All we can do is raise ourselves up and in a way kind of go for it. Just let go and go for it. Leave it all behind and just be like, you know what? I'm going to ascend. My loved ones will ascend. I can be in that ascension. You're not going to go off onto some separate earth. No, it is more about going, like Lena saying, going deep, going wider, going beyond just the conventional struggles. And if we do that, we'll get there. Lady G, God, I'm on my soapbox tonight. Lady G.
Well, that's okay. What I've got heading up the whole reading is Venus, the beloved. And so when everything implodes, and I can tell you from my own experience, when everything implodes, what's there is that what I call the divine is, which is absolute consciousness. I say God is the zero because it can never truly be divided. We have the mentality, and the mentality is divided. It's into all these divisionary things. And the scientists have it wrong. They say the brain makes consciousness. No, consciousness is the one that programs the brain. So they've got it totally backwards. So what I have with that, the message is something concrete coming in from high above. And it's about gaining more of our own power, coming into that.
Yes.
So the reading's about this moving forward of the, again, information and the mentality moving forward into the energy is what? The star. Again, that higher consciousness. So moving into that higher consciousness. So what's happening now? We're doing more meditation. More of that mental drive is taking a back seat into that stillness, into that awareness, into that implosion, into consciousness. The challenge is, of course, the mental realm, okay? The mind spin going into that. And what we have, the outcome is the emperor. So going into a brand new dynamic, into that power structure of, again, imploding into that divine is. And I can tell you what happens when that happens. All of your baggage that you ever had is gone as if it never took place.
Wow.
And you're going into this still point, a stillness.
Oh, revelations. Fabulous, Susan.
Comes in from a different level. It's just compressed.
Wonderful. And you know what you said about zero? I just had to add, we need to remember the Fool card is the zero card. That's what the highest attainment of the Fool can be, is that nirvana, that bliss within. Oh, Susan-Lynn, what do you have? This is exaltant.
I started off.
No, she started.
Oh, did you? Good.
Yeah. We went out of our consciousness just now.
Yes, I remember now. I remember now. I'm like, oh my gosh.
That was amazing. That was an amazing question and amazing readings.
Yes.
Indeed. And you know what? There was going to be one more question, but I don't think we can top that. I think we should end there. I think that was such an inspiring message, and I hope you guys felt inspired by that message. I think we just went off there into that was just so interesting. So thank you for that question, Cheryl Renee. And I just wanted to throw that in, ladies, particularly at this time where it's very tumultuous, isn't it, guys? 2025 has been very difficult.
At the cusp of the new year is a perfect time.
On the cusp of the new year, to end with that message. So thank you so much to everyone.
Before we go, I want to say, Susan-Lynn, you are a trendsetter and a fashionista. Let me tell you something, because come here, Miss Lindsay.
Now those are things that have never been said to me before. People have told me a lot of things.
Yes, Mr. Mickey is wearing the Argyle.
Absolutely. Then yes, I accept and thank you. I'll be happy to follow my new four-legged leader. I'm happy. That's awesome.
And this
look! Oh my God! That baby was like, "Mom, don't put me on camera. I'm not ready."
Babies.
So cute. Well, can you believe it, folks?
I love it.
As usual, the show has gone in an absolute flash, and I hope that we've been able to leave you with a nice. That was such a positive and uplifting message, wasn't it?
For us ourselves as well.
Yeah, exactly. Coming through, and I just think, look, guys, we are going to have more cray-cray in 2026. Of course we will. Yeah, because of that douchebag, the orange douchebag, and these archetypes of evil. But it doesn't mean it's going to go on forever. If we just take that reading, all of our cards together, and the collective message of that, I think it's a very hopeful one. And we will ascend. The world is ascending. That's part of why the MAGA movement
is so uncomfortable and stressful.
Exactly. The reality is sinking in, guys, but it's that shedding as well. And it feels horrible at the time, but then something new comes. So I think we've just got, maybe a year or two more of kind of like, and then you'll see that spell really is breaking around the world. So thanks to that reading, ladies, and thanks to that question. I think that was fabulous. Thanks to everyone who donated as well. Thanks to everyone for their questions, their contributions to the show. It was well over 2,900 and something, whatever, in the end. So almost 3,000 of you watching live. I hope you found that inspiring. I hope you had a happy holidays and seasons, and of course I want to wish everyone a happy new year. And ladies, I'm sure you would agree as well. Any quick closing message, Lady G, Susan-Lynn, Lena?
Yeah, I just wish everybody a prosperous new year in the things that are beneficial, not necessarily monetary, but the things that bring you the best joy and, again, fulfillment.
Lovely. Susan-Lynn,
beautiful. How can I follow that? I don't think so. I want to wish everybody a happy holiday. I want to wish you the best in 2026. I think it's important what Hoagie said in the beginning. His 2025 personally was really good. And I think that's something we can all take into 2026, which is we personally can have our best year ever. There is no reason why we can't. I'm planning to have my best year ever, and I hope that you do too.
Oh, wonderful. And Lena, you get to close.
Well, I'd like to give the last word to Raymond Pascal, who's a regular viewer, and he says, MAGA, make another Grindr account. I think this should be the mantra.
This should be the t-shirts. Several things. There should be t-shirts.
Oh, that's fabulous.
I think
that's
so.
Fabulous.
Thank you, Raymond.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Raymond. So we will leave it there. We are way over now, but thank you so much, everyone. Hope you had a happy holidays and a Merry Christmas. And I hope you have a rich and successful 2026. One foot in front of the other. We're in the breakdown phase here. Let it all break down. Don't let it do too much. and grow and transcend, and we will make it through to the other side. So thank you again, ladies. Fabulous show. And we will leave it there. All right. Bye-bye for now. And we'll see you in 2026. Yeah. All right. Bye-bye.